Imagine one day you were doing household chores, but all of a sudden, your neighbor knocked on your door. When you opened it, they said, "I'm expecting a guest. Could you hold this thing for me for a while?" Then they forgot to collect the item. After a while, you decided to open it to see what the deal was with the box. To your bad luck, you found something so scary that you had to leave your house, running like a madman. What would you do in this situation? Maybe after hearing today's crazy story, you might decide, so bear with me till the end. In April 2019, one afternoon, a middle-aged woman named Mary was doing her household chores when her door was knocked. She left what she was doing and went to open the door. Upon opening, she saw her neighbor, Carmen Marino, a 61-year-old woman recognized by many for her cooking skills, holding a wrapped box. On top of the box was a croquette, a food that Mary loved. Carmen often brought delicious foods to Mary. That day, Mary was happy to see the food and invited Carmen in, but Carmen declined the offer and handed her the food, standing still, holding the box. Carmen seemed stressed and uncomfortable, so Mary asked her what happened and why she was standing holding the box. Carmen didn't respond initially, so Mary took the box from her and asked again. Carmen then told Mary that guests were coming to her home and she didn't want them to see her private things inside the box, so she wanted Mary to hold the box for a few days. Mary reassured her, saying there was no need to feel ashamed to ask such a simple thing, and that she would hold it for her. The stressed woman began to lighten up. They exchanged goodbyes, and Carmen left. While Mary was trying to find a good place to put the box, she was also eating the food she got from Carmen. For the next few days, Mary was expecting Carmen to pick up her stuff, but she didn't come. Days turned into weeks and weeks into months. Even though Mary wanted to give the box back to Carmen, she decided to leave it and thought Carmen could have it whenever she wanted. However, on September 29th, 2019, Mary was doing her housework as usual, but when she passed the corridor where she put Carmen's box, she smelled a disgusting smell. When she opened the closet, she definitely knew that the bad smell was coming from the closet. After inspecting all the things in that closet, she knew exactly that the box she received from Carmen was the source of the smell. She grabbed the box, put it in the kitchen, and began to hesitate on whether to open it or not. On one hand, her friend and neighbor had told her to hold the stuff for her, but she also forgot about the box. Finally, she decided to open the box. After cutting the wrapping with scissors, she found many layers of aluminum foil. After lifting all the layers, she unveiled the thing, and when she saw what was inside, she got so scared she had to run and leave her house. After she called the police, everything got revealed. What happened was like this. Months ago, when Carmen came to Mary's house with the box, at the same time, her boyfriend, 67-year-old Jesus Baranda, went missing from his family and friends. When they felt he went missing, they started to search for him, but they didn't find him, so they had to tell the police. After the police found out, Carmen was the last person to be with him. They went straight to her and told her they were coming to check her house. Carmen knew she was in big trouble. This skilled chef, Carmen, had killed her boyfriend, decapitated his head, and boiled it. Then she covered it with aluminum foil. After she went to Mary, she told her to keep and hold on to it for a few days. That is the reason why when Mary passed through the corridor, she smelled a bad thing. And when she opened it, she found Jesus Baranda's head. After Carmen got convicted, she was sentenced to 15 years in prison. Even though the police searched to find Jesus's body, they couldn't. Though there is no evidence to back it, they think after she chopped the body, she made so many foods with it and gave them to her friends and neighbors. Now tell us your thoughts. Would she do a thing like that? Tell us in the comments. The year was August 15, 2003, and the skilled 41-year-old carpenter, Ron Runt, was in a construction crew. That day, Ron's job was to drill 2 holes in the place where he had been working. After he got to the site, he left the car and took out a ladder and a drill. After he positioned the ladder and began to make a hole with the drill, he finished successfully and went to the second place. But there, he was not able to drill it. After some hard effort, he was able to do it. However, because he was pushing hard, he lost his footing and fell. At that moment, He tried to make sure the drill was far away from him, but sadly, the drill went fast to the ground and he fell directly onto the drill, which led his head to crash with it and got his right eye. The 45-centimeter long drill put a hole in his head, and the other end went to the back of his head. Even though Ron should have lost his consciousness, he didn't. After the pain started to settle in, and he noticed the drill stuck in his head, he began to scream as loud as he could. His friend Forrest, who was doing work on the other side of the home, heard him and came running. When Forrest saw Ron, he got so scared that he went into a trance, but he acted quickly and wrapped his head to prevent blood loss. Forrest then went to the neighbors and called an ambulance. When the ambulance got there, Ron was still awake. But because he was shocked, he wasn't talking. Instead, he was just staring at them. Quickly, they removed the heavy part, and now the drill part was only on Ron. They got him to a hospital, but the local medical center was not capable of performing this complicated surgery, so they referred him to a higher hospital and took him there with a helicopter. Then, quickly, they started to work on him. After considering many alternatives, they decided by twisting and turning the drill, they would pull the drill from his eye. After they gave him morphine and started to twist and turn the drill, even though the surgery was brutal, the morphine he took made him forget the pain, and he even cracked a joke. By a miracle, after all this tragedy, Ron made a full recovery. What's more impressive is that most people who undergo this kind of surgery go paralyzed, but he only lost his eye. And now, what you are seeing is a real picture captured by the doctor.